just over 2 years ago, my wife and I took a trip to Santorini, Greece in April. We spent 3 days on that island, and then we spent 5 days in Athens, Greece, and we got lost one day, and we came across one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in my entire life. Just absolutely crazy. It involves Mary Poppins and Game of Thrones. So my wife and I got absolutely lost in the back streets of Athens, Greece one day while we were looking for something that I forgot at home. So my forgetfulness ended up being advantageous in the fact that we had to go looking for this thing. And we got absolutely lost, and we went down these side streets and these back streets, and we came across this right here. This is like a little cafe breakfast brunch lunch thing. Completely Mary Poppins themed. People that served us had the full English period, whatever stuff they wore, the hats, the dresses, everything, and we actually were sitting at a table across the street. That's how big the street was. Not that big. Cars actually went up and down that street. And we were tucked in there, and I took a picture, and it's completely Mary Poppins themed. If you know what Mary Poppins is, you just complete theme, just absolutely crazy, absolutely wild. And then I looked up, and something just didn't quite fit. It looked like this. You can see it in this picture, but I'll give you the close-up. Mary Poppins meets Game of Thrones. Yeah. Mary Poppins meets Game of Thrones. It just doesn't make any sense. Mary Poppins, Game of Thrones. This was a little over 2 years ago, so Game of Thrones was really, really hot. I think they were just finishing up the last season, which we won't go into, but they were just working that whole thing out. And I want to talk about slaying dragons. I'll get on the proper side of the camera here. Just talk about slaying dragons, because dragons are these big, scary creatures. And when you think about that Mary Poppins thing, I think of fun, happy, all these kind of feelings that come with Mary Poppins and how positive that is. And right on top of it is a dragon that's weighing it all down. And that's kind of what dragons are. They're big, scary creatures that weigh down the fun that we could be having, the joy that we could be having, the happy that we could be having. Instead of thinking about all the happy Mary Poppins stuff that we could be focusing on, that one dragon is just weighing us down. It's just, now dragons start out as cute little baby dragons. Everything starts out as cute little baby something. Cute little baby ducks, cute little baby dogs, cute little baby cats, cute little baby birds, cute little baby dragons. Dragons grow up. You know why they grow up, and you know why they stay with us? The dragons in our life is fear, and you know why they stay there? It's because we feed the babies. We feed the little fears. We don't think we can get rid of these little fears in our lives, so instead we let them hang around and we feed them. And what do? They grow up to be big fears. Big, big fears. Dragons are big, scary creatures. Our fears are big, scary creatures. And contrary to popular belief, when it comes to some cartoon movies, you should not train your dragon. You know why? Because if you train your dragon, they're going to hang around. And part of training a dragon has to do with continually feeding the dragon to get it to do the right thing, just like a dog, I'm guessing, because dragons are fictitious. But if you train them, they're always going to be around. And are they going to do it, you say? Not all the time. Not really. Not really. So dragons should not be trained. Don't train your fear. We're talking about slaying dragons, not training dragons. So don't train your dragons. Because let's be honest, dragons are not real. Fear is not real. Fear is fully and completely in your mind. And the more you focus on your fears, the more they may very well become true. Because you're allowing them to hang around. You're allowing them to be part of your life. They only live in your mind. Think about this. You don't fear the past. Am I right? You don't fear the past. Why? Because the past is the past. It's already happened. There's no reason to fear the past. You don't fear the present. You're not in the middle of something right now. The only thing you fear is the future. And the future hasn't happened yet. Well over 90% of everything that we fear never happens. Ever. So my question is, what do you fear? What do you fear? And how do you slay a dragon? So let's just talk about for a second. What do you fear? Do you fear public speaking? Okay. Do you fear heights? I have a phobia of heights. Do you fear falling? Well, if you're afraid of heights, it's probably because you're also afraid of falling. But then there's some other things. Some people fear failure. So they do everything they can to be a great success in their own minds. But then there's other people that fear success. They actually fear being successful. Oof. And that's rough. So how do you slay a dragon? I'm going to give you 3 things right now. Real quick. How do you slay a dragon? First of all, you lean into the dragon. You lean in. You don't back away from it. You don't run from it. You lean into it. And you say, what is it that I'm afraid of? What is it that I fear? What is it that makes me afraid of it? You lean into it, and if you lean into it, you're going to have to face it. So face the fear. Face it. It will not hurt you because it is future-oriented. Fear is always future-oriented, so lean into it. Lean into it. And remember, fear is all in your mind. It's a mind game. Yeah, it's a mind game. Fear is a mind game. Take control of your mind. Take control of your fear. That's how you slay a dragon, and that's what you want to do. You want to slay the dragons in your life. Those things that are sitting on top of your Mary Poppins life that are weighing you down like a big dragon that grows and grows and grows. Mary Poppins and dragons don't work well together. They just don't. So remember this, and I don't know who this quote is attributed to, but here it is. Take risks. If you win, you'll be happy. If you lose, you'll be wise. That's how you slay a dragon, and that dragon is your fears. Now, I want you to get your name on the wait list. I have something coming up November 1st. You can go to conqueryourselfproject.com, and that's where you can get it. And when you go and get your name on the wait list, I'll give you this. Conquer the 7 Assassins of Personal Productivity. So, yeah. Get your name on the wait list, conqueryourselfproject.com. Get Conquer the 7 Assassins of Personal Productivity. Now, just remember this. I'm Bill McConnell. Once you conquer your fear, everything else becomes possible.